Hey, what's going on? We are about to go live. Let's see. All right. We are live. Hello. Hello. Hi. Gigpreneur. What's going on? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. What's going on? Angie, how are you? Welcome. Let's see. Some of your names on TikTok, I got to be careful. One, two is some of them I have a hard time pronouncing. It's just a tough one. Like Deborah is easy. Welcome. Good to see you. If you're joining me live or watching the replay, let me know where you're coming in from. I'm from Southern California, but don't hold that against me. I'm a nice guy from California. It's actually a little chilly outside right now. I just came from outside and it's chilly. I have a great story for you tonight. If you are new to my lives, welcome. If you are a vet, then you know that I love stories. I love to hear your stories. I love to tell stories. And especially if a story is true, then I'm all over it. I love stories. And one of the things I say very often is that stories are meant to be shared, not stored. So I have a great story for you tonight. Let me know where you are tuning in from. If you're coming in live, would be always nice to know where some of you are from. Don't be shy. Come on now. Rudy, DA, Steve, Black Cloud. What is going on? Nebraska. I'm thinking you're probably from Nebraska. Esther, how are you? Robert. So the story goes as such. One morning, an old man, or not an old man, a man is reading a newspaper. Now, I know some of you may think, what the heck is a newspaper? Back in the day, you wouldn't be able to get your phone out and just read the news on your phone. There was no such thing. There's paper, like actual like paper, and the news was on the paper. That's why they called it newspaper. And so he's reading the newspaper, and he happens to be reading the arbitrary section of the paper. Now, he happens to read this one section that is pronouncing him dead. Obviously, it's wrong because he's alive, but then he kind of catches himself and he's all like, "Well, let me see what they say about me." So he keeps rereading, and by his surprise, there's some like rough stuff said about him. They say that the merchant of death has died. Well, this is the guy who invented something that he meant for construction use, for also mining as well. And he never ever intentionally invented this thing for destruction of people. He was the inventor of dynamite. That day when he read this thing about himself on the paper, he sits back and he says, "Do I really want to be remembered as the merchant of death?" From that point on, he dedicated his life to giving a word to world peace and on subjects like literature and math and world peace and politics and science and health. His name was Alfred Nobel. He named Nobel Prizes after himself, and he wrote his last will in 1895, where he gave most of his wealth to Nobel Prize. Isn't that amazing? Somebody who was the inventor of dynamite. This is the guy who invented dynamite, and he was, and he read that people call him the merchant of death, and that was not his intention ever. So he decides to change completely and dedicates his entire life to world peace and giving recognition to those who participate in it in a major way. And still obviously goes. Everybody knows Nobel Prize, right? So I thought this is such a powerful story. If somebody like an inventor from dynamite can go from there to becoming the man behind Nobel Prize, then you and I probably could do some changing ourselves, right? I mean, I don't think any of us have invented dynamite or anything like it. So our change may not be as drastic and as tough as Alfred's. Besides, nobody here, I'm pretty sure nobody's here has been claimed dead by mistake and is just kicking back. So our change may not be as tough as what he had to go through, but change is change, and I think that that is such a powerful story. If you could go from that type of a darkness around you to all this light and glory around you, I think that is just magnificent. It's such a blessing, right? So hopefully the next time you are nudged to change or to make adjustments to yourself, make sure, and if it's going to be tough for you, you're like, you know what, I can't do this is so difficult, so tough. Make sure that kind of you remind yourself of Alfred Nobel's story, how powerful it is to go from inventing dynamite to creating an organization that recognizes world peace, such as Nobel Prize, right? So with that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. If you're not following me, why not? I'll be the first one to tell you how amazing and awesome I am. Follow me. I'm pretty awesome. With that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. Tag a couple of people. Let's go. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks create a side income using social media. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.